Before the Dorians, Greece was ruled by the Mycenaeans, warrior kings who built massive fortified palaces, worshipped powerful gods, and used the linear B script to record everything from taxes to sacrifices. They weren't just isolated city-states, they were deeply connected with the wider Mediterranean world, trading with Egypt, Cyprus, and the Hittites. Their power peaked around 1400 to 1200 BC, but then, something happened. Between 1200 and 1100 BC, nearly every major Mycenaean palace was destroyed or abandoned. Mycenae, Pylos, Thebes, all gone. The linear B script disappeared, pottery styles changed, and Greece entered a dark age that would last for centuries. The cause? Some say internal rebellion, others blame natural disasters, famine, or economic collapse. But one ancient theory stands out: the coming of the Dorians. The ancient Greeks believed the Dorians were a northern tribe, hardy mountain warriors who swept down into Greece and conquered the south. According to Herodotus and later writers, the Dorians originated near Mount Olympus. Their movement south was said to be tied to the return of the Heraclidae, descendants of Heracles coming back to claim their ancestral lands. This legend sounds mythical, but it reflects a memory of real migrations. Archaeological evidence shows a new culture, marked by simpler pottery, iron weapons, and Doric dialect, emerging in places like Sparta, Corinth, and Argos after 1100 BC. The Dorian Invasion isn't mentioned in linear B tablets because they vanish, but archaeologists have found clues in pottery styles, burial customs, and new weaponry. After the collapse, the so-called sub-Mycenaean and proto-geometric cultures appear. These groups used iron instead of bronze, lived in smaller villages, and buried their dead differently. This suggests not just invasion but cultural transformation. And the Doric dialect? It appears suddenly in parts of southern Greece, especially in areas like Sparta and Crete. Coincidence or conquest? Historians debate the Dorian invasion because, well, there's just no smoking gun. Instead, there are three main theories. First, the violent invasion, a warlike tribe conquering the weakened Mycenaean cities. Second, the peaceful migration, the Dorians moving into depopulated lands over time. And third, the cultural shift. Maybe the Dorians were already in Greece and simply rose after Mycenaean rule collapsed. Modern scholars, tend to lean toward a combination of factors: natural disasters, economic disruption, and yes, migration and violence. The Dorians may have been the final blow, but definitely not the only one. Whether they invaded or inherited the ruins, the Dorians, well, they really reshaped Greece. Their culture was stark, militaristic, and honestly, a lot less centralized. Sparta, the most famous Dorian city, truly exemplified this change. Its society revolved around discipline and war, not luxury or kingship like Mycenae. Even the architecture changed. Doric columns replaced the ornate Mycenaean styles. The heroic stories of Homer might just preserve memories of this lost age, of warriors, wanderers, and collapsing kingdoms. The Dorian invasion may never be fully proven or disproven, but it definitely marks a turning point, the fall of Bronze Age Greece, and the birth of something new. From these dark centuries would rise the Greek polis, classical philosophy, and the very foundations of Western civilization, and it all begins with a mystery: the coming of the Dorians. Enjoyed the video? Hit like, subscribe, and let us know, do you think the Dorians were invaders, migrants, or maybe just myths? More ancient mysteries await.